BTS Jungkook hates it when fans say this to him.
There's a painting stream going on right now with K-pop music, BTS, and all the other groups, with this young lady painting live on twitch.tv/HallyuBack. If you'd like to join the fun, click here, or click here to listen to K-pop. Watch this girl paint a masterpiece. I'm thinking.
I hope so,
They've been turning out pretty sweet lately. And follow this girl on Twitch.
The pressure!
A fun little tidbit of K-pop info has popped up into all our vernacular recently. BTS's Jungkook absolutely hates it, I guess, when fans call him Oppa.
Which kind of makes sense.
Well, it makes sense to us, and there's a lot of explaining to do here, I think, for especially young fans who might not have been to Korea, because Korea is this place that has a lot more social rules than most of the rest of the countries, maybe the most social rules of anywhere in the world.
And in many cases, if they are a young person, he probably wouldn't have a problem with them calling him Oppa.
He's definitely the youngest in the group. Most people know this, and nobody is calling him Oppa around those other guys. He knows that. They all know this. He's not allowed to be called Oppa because all other 6 of them could be called Oppa first if anyone is going to be called Oppa within the presence of the 7 of them.
Well, and it specifies that he hates it when older fans call him Oppa. He has no problem with younger fans that are younger than him, younger than 19 years old, calling him Oppa.
Because that's the Korean rule, right? The rule is Oppa is usually someone in their 20s because it can be someone younger than that, but it is somebody who is older than the other person who's calling them Oppa.
Yeah, that is the rule. It has nothing really to do with the 20s.
But you don't really hear teenagers saying Oppa to other it's not really, Oppa comes into very regular existence when people are a little bit older. You see a lot of What?
I disagree, because I saw it all the time when I taught at, like, even just at the elementary age. They would call each other Oppa.
No.
I saw it. You hadn't worked in an elementary school since 2002, all right? I have a lot more recent experience than you do with that. And I saw a lot of younger girls calling older boys Oppa, but if the boy was younger than them, they would never, ever call them Oppa.
I'm not going to disagree with you. You're right. The thing is here, to remember more than do they need to follow the rule, is that the rules are very strict. They're very strict. They don't like it when the rules that are like an Oppa rule, like there's a lot of societal rules and some are more important than others, but the Oppa is one of the easiest to remember and most important because it's so commonly used. So don't get it wrong. But people throw it around like, oh, because it's such a nice word to, like, the girls get to call the boys that, and you used to call me Oppa. I was watching a video of us in Korea the other day and you called me Oppa, and I'm like, oh my God, you don't call me Oppa anymore, because we've been in America about 2 years now. But you're using it correctly because I'm older than you.
Yes.
Oppa is also the person who pays for everything. That's another reason why men don't necessarily like it, because not all men have a lot of money and they don't all want to pay for, you can't just call BTS Oppa, and because that means he's got to pay for you. And he doesn't want to pay for you because he doesn't know you. But I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean, like, you have to use it properly. If you know the person, usually it's people at a coffee shop and the girl is friends with the boy and then she says Oppa and he's buying her a coffee. So it's a $5, oh, thank you, Oppa. I mean, that's just kind of a very natural example.
Well, and even if they're going to Dutchy pay or Dutch pay, it's still very common to just call an older guy Oppa, because that's just, you hear Oppa, you hear Sunbae, but you would never ever hear them necessarily calling them by their first name if there's somebody older than them, because it's such a word of respect.
So there's a video of this, of him being called Oppa by the fans and him responding.
오빠 아니잖아요. 오빠 맞아요. 계속 오빠라고. 정국이 오빠.
The exchange went something like this. The fan said, Jungkook Oppa, and Jungkook responded, I'm not your Oppa. And fans responded, but you're Oppa to me. And Jungkook said, you keep calling me Oppa. The fan said, Jungkooky Oppa, handsome Oppa. And Jungkook then said, from now on, our armies must bring ID cards here and I'll check the age. If you watch the video closely, he's acting fine and like it's no problem. Rat Monster's right next to him, like seeing the whole thing unfold. But I think inside, Jungkook is really holding back. Like, he has a lot of discipline here. It looks to me like he's upset a little bit because So many people are calling him Oppa. He hears this all the time, and he probably almost always hears it misused. So Rat Monster's right there like, oh, don't worry, it's gonna be okay. Or he says something, I don't know what Rat Monster says, but he's there to like looking after because he's the youngest. I mean, I don't know exactly, but Rat Monster's there to squash everything that could be a problem.
I think the other thing about Oppa is it's become such a sexualized thing in current modern Korean society, especially amongst those who are Koreaboos or not necessarily, you know, from Korea, speaking Korean fluently, but they really like it. They hear the word Oppa, they know that Oppa means, oh, it's gotta be a guy you like. I'm gonna call all the guys that I'm interested in, all the K-pop guys, Oppa, and it's not appropriate.
Right. I also think it's very commonly used because it's so easy to remember. For those that are interested in K-pop but aren't studying Korean diligently, it is the word that you can remember easier than hello or how are you. I mean, I remember when my mom came over, anyone who would visit, one of the first words that they want to know is how to say hello and how are you, and it's 안녕하세요, and it's 5 syllables, and it doesn't roll off the tongue very smoothly. You really got to put a little bit of effort into learning that specific word. If you just compare 안녕하세요 to Oppa, Oppa is 4 letters, 2 syllables, and super easy to remember. It's the word that's going to get used whether you know what it means or not, or even if you explain what it means, there's a deeper context than just the definition.
So if you are an older fan, what can you call the person that you want to call Oppa? What is acceptable? There are a lot of different things that are acceptable. The most common word for somebody who is younger than you, could be a younger girl or a younger guy, is dongseng, which is very commonly used.
It doesn't sound as nice though.
No, it doesn't sound cute. It doesn't sound pretty. You don't like have this envision of like a super good looking guy when you say dongseng.
Who's gonna pay for you?
No, it's
That's
not,
what Oppa does, you know.
That's what Oppa does.
Right. I started becoming Oppa,
I called you
and
Oppa.
my bank account started going down.
I called you Oppa for several reasons. One thing, you were older than me. I did like you. We were dating, but I also had the whole connotation that, like, in my background, Oppa can also mean grandfather, and so I thought it was kind of funny to call you Oppa because you're older than me. A few other things that you can call a guy that you're interested is their name, because they're younger than you, so it's very proper to call them by their name.
Yep.
That's the most common thing that actually probably happens. Or Jagi.
No, Jagi is when you're in a relationship.
When you're in a relationship, you can call somebody Jagi. Okay, good point.
What are you guys saying about calling Jungkook Oppa? If you're older than him, would you do it? Have you done it before by accident and you're very remorseful in your heart? Comments.
Have you called him Jungkooky Eggy? Because that's probably what's most appropriate, at least for somebody my age, because he's definitely younger than me.
Click the like button. Thank you so much for supporting us. Click the bell for notifications. Check out the link to KGAL, and don't forget to subscribe for more Hallyu Back news. That's it. We're out of here. Hasta luego.
Bye.